Which teachers continue teaching in Texas classrooms? E3 Alliance researchers analyzed state data to determine teacher retention trends in Texas between 2013 and 2023. In Texas, the teacher retention rate was pretty stable from 2013 to 2020. Just under 90% of teachers returned to the classroom each year. But in 2020, during the pandemic, retention started to decline. By 2022, teacher retention had dropped to 87%. As of 2023, we've seen a small rebound to 88% retention. So that got us thinking, what indicators can help us predict which teachers are most likely to continue teaching in the classroom? One of the factors we looked at when it comes to retention was a teacher's race ethnicity. What we found is that teachers of color are more likely to continue teaching in Texas classrooms compared to their white peers. Now, we compared to white teachers because they're the largest racial demographic of teachers in Texas. 56% of teachers in Texas are white. When we break race ethnicity down even further, we found that Hispanic teachers are 39% more likely to continue teaching in Texas classrooms. As of 2023, just under a third, 30% of Texas teachers were Hispanic. In comparison, more than half of the state's student population was Hispanic. We also found that Black teachers were 8% and Asian teachers were 7% more likely to continue teaching in Texas classrooms compared to their white peers. When we looked at a teacher's gender, we found that male teachers were more likely to stay in the classroom than their female peers. Once again, we compared to female teachers because female teachers are overwhelmingly the largest gender demographic in Texas. About 75% of teachers in the state are women, and that pretty much remained the same from 2013 to 2023. Before the pandemic, from 2013 to 2020, men were 5% more likely to continue teaching than women. In the wake of the pandemic, from 2021 to 2023, men were 13% more likely to continue teaching in Texas classrooms. Aside from looking at demographic factors like race, ethnicity, and gender, E3 Alliance also looked at teacher preparation pathways and how they may relate to retention. Teachers with a standard certification are more likely to stay in the classroom than teachers with other types of certifications. In fact, teachers with no known certification were 70% less likely to remain in the classroom than teachers who earned a standard certification. With that said, retention for teachers with no known certification did increase dramatically between 2013 and 2023. Which subjects show greater teacher retention? In 2023, 40% of Texas educators taught multiple subjects, while 60% taught a single subject group. We found that teachers who taught multiple subjects were more likely to continue teaching in the classroom compared to those who teach one subject group. English language arts teachers were, on average, 18% less likely to continue teaching than peers who were teaching multiple subjects. Science teachers were 13% less likely to continue teaching in Texas classrooms. Math teachers were 11% less likely. And social studies teachers were 7% less likely to continue teaching than those teaching multiple subjects. These findings underscore a challenge in Texas. It's harder to retain educators who teach a single subject. To recap, the likelihood of male teachers staying in the classroom increased in the wake of the pandemic. Even though more than half of the Texas teacher workforce is white, Hispanic, Black, and Asian educators are more likely to stay in the classroom than their white peers. The population of teachers with no known certification is growing, and they also have much lower retention rates than those with standard certifications. And finally, educators who teach multiple subjects are more likely to continue teaching compared to their peers who teach single subject groups like English, science, math, and social studies. If you like this video, check out the full report on our website at e3alliance.org. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.